Hey folks, how's it going? Chris here from Mod Extra Games and Collectibles, back with just a short video today to do one of my collector thoughts and woes pieces. And it's definitely a thought of the day attached to a collector's woe, because what I want to talk about, the theme of this video is pre-ordering habits, but it's been initiated by, well, basically getting stung by pre-ordering with a company, an independent retailer here in the UK that looks like it's about to fold. Or has folded. It's insolvent, it's bankrupt, it's gone. But nobody's saying anything and nobody knows anything. Essentially what's happened, Toys R Us here in the UK, an independent retailer who are well known to me because they are the exclusive Valaverse supplier here in the United Kingdom. But I know that there's a lot of people who use them for their Storm collectibles and their, what they called, the egg. What the egg folks called. Anyway, I'm in the weeds on that, but I don't want to get wrapped up in the drama of it all. I can only really deal in the facts, and the facts are this. The previous owner announced that there was going to be a change of ownership. A banner appeared across the top of their website, I think maybe before Christmas, that said change of ownership was happening in February. There's also an ongoing banner where they're forever conducting site maintenance and not taking any new orders. The basket has been disabled, which is clearly bullshit. The maintenance does not exist. They're not accepting new orders because of the change of ownership, presumably. Little internet community member sleuths have then subsequently seen, because we're now coming up on April, that there's no change of ownership taking place on company's house, that it's not been registered to a new owner or anything, and there have been no pre-orders fulfilled. So, for example, Valaverse, that's where I'm interested in this retailer, that's where my money is with this retailer. The Wave 3 stuff hasn't turned up. There has been no shipping, it's not arrived, and Valaverse himself, Bobby Vala, said on a stream not too long back that he can't get hold of the new owners, he doesn't know what's going on. We don't even know if the stock is here in the UK. I did actually sling a message over to Valaverse on Instagram, and they supported the initial message that Bobby Vala put out on the stream, saying they've not heard anything. And then when I asked them, well, have you even shipped the Wave 3 figures to Toys R Us? They didn't reply. They chose clearly a no comment. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if change of ownership is or isn't happening. What I do know is that Facebook posts and Reddit posts started to appear where people were saying, go to PayPal and get your money back. Things are not looking good. And so upon that advice, I did so. Turns out though, if you pre-order and pay up front for an action figure a good year in advance of the due date, then you fall outside of the terms and conditions with PayPal and are considered not eligible for what's it called, the buyer protection that exists. So if Toys R Us are indeed gone, insolvent, folded, and somebody's doing a runner with the money, that's it, I've lost out. I'm not going to get either my figures or my money back. I'll end up on a list of creditors and I'll be very low priority. My 60 odd quid on a couple of Wave 3 Valaverse figures, Pandora specifically, which is the one I really wanted, is gone. But I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the previous owner. I don't know what's going on with the new owners. I don't know what's happening. All I know are the facts. My pre-orders haven't been shipped and they're not responding to correspondence. Filling out the contact us form on their website reaps no rewards. Trying to reach out to them through social media reaps no rewards. There are no responses going on. So pre-orders haven't shipped and you can't make any new orders. That's facts. That's what I know. But that's not really what I wanted to actually talk about. That's just the context of what initiated my thought of the day, is because my pre-order habits here are what have stung me. I don't like pre-ordering on tick. I like to pay for stuff when I've got the money to pay for stuff. And so I quite often will pay full price up front on a pre-order for a figure. Now, in my mind, that's a nice symbiotic kind of thing that helps me out and helps the retailer out. It's a win-win. They've got the cash in the bank. They're set. They know I'm committed. I'm not going to, pull out of the pre-order or anything last minute and leave them in the lurch with a piece of stock that they're going to have to shift. And they're solvent. They've got cash in the bank. And I know I've paid for it up front, done, dusted. I'm not going to get caught out by one of those surprise invoices at a point where, I don't know, I've got a new dance uniform to buy for my daughter, or my son needs some basketball gear for his basketball club, or whatever, you know what I mean? I like to stay on top of it. Or there's a trip, a family holiday, something going on where I've got to fill up the car more than usual in a given month. I like to know when I've got the money, it's done and dusted. But that habit is clearly the habit that has stung me, because I've paid fully up front for a couple of Valaverse figures that the likelihood is I'm not going to see the figures, I'm not going to see the money in this situation. So the risk element of paying up front, when independent retailers seem to come and go when it comes to adult collectibles, like, you know, ships in the night. It's unbelievable. I can think of Sona Toys recently, and then who was the big American retailer, North American retailer that came into trouble recently as well? I can't remember, but somebody let me know in the comments down below. I only really pay attention to the UK stuff. So that's like 3 independent retailers in the space of 6 months, a year, that I can name, or certainly reference off the top of my head, that have folded. So the system, there's something wrong with the system there, isn't there? And I have to ask myself how much of a risk I am taking making pre-orders with organisations of this nature. But I want to support independent retailers. I prefer the level of customer service. I prefer the flexibility when it comes to pre-ordering, you know, pay full price, pay a deposit, or get it on tick, whatever. Open a credit account, options with regards to shipping available to me. All this kind of stuff is the type of flexibility that suits me as a consumer. I spoke ill of Hasbro taking the G.I. Joe classified line and making it Hasbro Pulse exclusive for these very reasons. But now I'm like pausing for thought, because that's yet another retailer, one that I'm shopping with. You know, ones in the past haven't really bothered me so much, but ones that I shop with, and I'm out of pocket. And I've not ended up with the collectibles that I wanted. You know, it's lose-lose here. And that's bothered me and irked me and made me wonder, do I need to change my pre-ordering habits somehow? I mean, one thing that somebody said out and about the other day, I can't remember where I read this, but it certainly gave me pause for thought, was why even bother pre-ordering anymore? Because we're certainly seeing, you know, deep discounts hitting figures later down the line. The whole Game Digital mad sale thing that happened in January certainly demonstrated how much lower figures can go. I mean, I've literally just bought an anniversary edition Hulk, which I didn't bother with because it was like, what, 40 quid, 35 quid. I just picked one up for £12. It's next to nothing comparably. So a bit of patience and you might find that you can get a figure down the line for a deep discount. You know, if you're fast enough, you can get in before all the fucking scalpers. I might have got a Spider-Man, you know, or a Mojoverse box set if the scalpers hadn't been in there on Game Digital, because they're all over eBay now for full price and higher. Wankers. But the FOMO is strong, and, you know, I'm running a channel, so it's important that I get figures, or important to me, I should say, that I get figures in a timely manner, because that keeps me at pace, or as close to pace as possible, as all the big boy channels, you know what I mean? In fact, I've done well just out of random import stock that I've pre-ordered that has arrived earlier than everybody else, and I've just been like, la la la, get my figure out, film a review, and it turns out nobody else, I'm getting messages like, how have you got your hands on this? I'm like, it just came, I just pre-ordered it, it's import stock, because an independent retailer got some import stuff over and sent it to me. Nothing more nefarious or complicated than that, you know what I mean? So the pre-ordering obviously benefits me from that side, and also you can't always guarantee, can you? You can't always guarantee that the thing you really want, that your passion, your heart's desire, is going to be deeply discounted down the line, because the popular stuff will sell up front and won't turn up. There's certainly a high proportion of this sale stuff that I saw knocking around, which was like, you know, Shang-Chi, MCU, Marvel Legends figures, or the peg-warming Snake Eyes movie G.I. Joe classifieds, or like the really just like proper, unpopular death metal McFarlane figures. You know what I mean? It's so I'm pre-ordering, but now I'm worried. I don't know. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not sure. I'm just thinking about my pre-order habits. That's what it is. I'm thinking about my pre-order habits. And then I saw someone posting a thing about like subscription services and things that caught my eye. And I don't know. I suppose I'm just aggrieved, really, and trying to do something with my frustration about the situation over the Valaverse figures and Toys R Us. And it's not just Valaverse. You know, there are people who've ordered stuff with them that are all going to lose out at significantly higher prices, you know, more expensive stuff than I'm. So they've got even more grounds to be aggrieved. But I suppose I'm just airing my frustration somewhere and saying, well, does this experience now with Toys R Us, does it put me in a position where I need to rethink my pre-order habits or not? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. That's the point of these thoughts and woes, is to get into conversation with my viewers about it. So yeah, jump in the comments down below. Let me know Well, how do you pre-order? What's your approach? Do you prefer to put down deposits and hedge your bets? Have you been stung before, and was it for a significant amount, and did that change the way that you went about buying your collectibles? Should just being a man-child who wants toys to play with because I'm nostalgic and I want to escape the real world be this stressful and difficult? I don't know. But there you go. I put the thought out there. Like I say, I don't want to get wrapped up in the Toys R Us drama. I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that my pre-orders haven't shipped. And when I try and contact them to find out what's going on, there's no reply. So I tried to get my refund through PayPal, but because I pre-ordered, I was outside of their protection timescale or whatever. And so I'm out of pocket. And that's it. They're the facts. That's what I know. Do I need to change my pre-ordering habits? Getting to the point. That's the question. Let me know in the comments down below. All right, I'm done. I'm stopping. I'm rambling. I've repeated myself loads. So let's wind that one up there. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you again soon.